What's up, everyone? Welcome. Good to have you here once again. Another day, another live stream. Welcome everyone. So, are you prepared for today? As we got some news later today. At 4 p.m., 30 minutes. And then we have some high impact news according to Trading Economics. Be prepared, 4 p.m., 30 minutes Central European time. Now, before the news hits, we're going to cover Elliott waves on the channel, running through different time frames, as well as some local price section, and then we're going to observe the news together. So, T. Clapson, welcome. This is, of course, something we're going to analyze, right? Because on the daily, either your low is in, or we're looking for one more low, which depends on the range and the structures in here. Currently, there's both bullish and bearish scenarios, of course, but we're going to analyze it. Jeroen, welcome. Hoshi, Kramo, good to have you here. Yeah, beware. Serega, welcome. Darpan, Fad. Not sure if today's news is going to be big or not, but we're ready for both sides. Exactly. And, you know, make sure you trade safe around those high impact hours because the chart might become very volatile. Generally, you don't want to be on the wrong side of volatility. So, yeah, I'm going to observe. Yanis, welcome. Florian, Tim, Adam, good to have you here. Perfect timing. Cheers. T. Clepson, John, how you doing? Good to see John back. Hey, John, do you have a little bit of a break from work at the moment? Like you're home for, again, a few weeks? Or how you doing? Good to see you. Also very active in the group again. We'll take the lower. The low is in. That's something we're going to talk about. T-Moon here, or not biased at all. Just long, yeah. John looking for upside. One more low. Errol, welcome. 51K. That's important support there for sure. But we're going to go through the chart. Karen K, always look forward to your live. Cheers, Karen K. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the kind comment. I actually, by the way, guys, for the Telegram group people here, if you're in Telegram, do you want me to post, like, so when I go live or post a video, maybe only the live streams, when I go live, you want me to post it in the Telegram group, and then I remove the post after the stream so that I don't clutter the chat, you know, because in Telegram we only have a general chat. We don't have all the separate channels like we have in Discord. So I don't really want to flood it with content related posts. Yeah, 50K, yeah. 54,800, very, very nice. Hami Dreza. Make sure you manage it well. Dawa, good to have you here as well. Welcome, man. Okay, so shall we start? Something we've been talking about, by the way, this morning with John and a few others in, I don't even know if it was in Diamond John or in Gold. But of course, recently I made a video. What's up, Cheese? How you doing? I made a video where I analyzed this range here in a lot of detail, right? And the probabilities, as price was ranging here around the 56K area, the probabilities were higher to see price moving to the upside, at least taking this high. So it's very nice that the probabilities played out. However, the video was very in-depth, right? It was very, very detailed. Now, on the YouTube channel, I of course need to have a balance between keeping things as simple as possible, but still Elliott waves, and sometimes being very detailed and very specific, right? For the hardcore Elliott wave analysts here, or the people that can follow it. So of course, usually my content is, at least I try to make it as simple as possible, but recently I made a very detailed video. Now, we spoke in the group about the content. And of course, generally, the goal is to make things as simple as possible. However, a good analyst will always have one bullish and one bearish scenario per time frame that he or she is analyzing. So if there is an analyst only showing one side of the story, that's not really how things work per se. Now, depending on structures, like on the daily, for example, yeah, probabilities are much higher for daily upside. So generally, that's the preferred, but you always need a bear and a bullish scenario per time frame, and then give probabilities, or have the skills to give probabilities to the different scenarios. That's how Elliott waves work. You can never only show one side of the story without having a backup, an alternative scenario. So on the channel, of course, what I always try to do is keep things as simple as possible, and I will continue this way, but I have to cover always 2 counts per time frame generally, right? Because that's simply how Elliott waves works. I can't be biased to one side. It's all about probabilities in the end. But of course, YouTube, very, very big audience. Many people might not know Elliott waves in detail. So, generally, I will try to keep it as simple as possible. But sometimes one of those type of videos like I did yesterday will appear, because I just wanted to analyze this structure in a lot of detail. Of course, the channel keeps growing, but the biggest audience is probably the audience that doesn't know a lot about Elliott waves, but they're still interested. So that being said, we're going to start. Cheese, what's up? C-Bell, welcome. The video was brilliant. Enjoy the high quality content. Cheers, John. John, a great analyst himself. Make sure to check him in Discord. John HBG, as his name is. Active for a little bit, usually in between his work schedules. Mark, welcome. You do anything you don't work as well. You find your niche. Cheers, T. Clepson. I mean, I'm trying to give my best 2 cents as I can, but I think the support and the appreciation is reflected in the sub count, which the channel started a year ago in a little bit, 20th of Feb last year, and here we are at 12.4K. So thanks everyone for being here. Really, really great to have you. Love my new profile picture. Jeroen, what's up? Yeah, of course, the people that know about Elliott waves, they love details, but I gotta speak to, of course, a big audience. But sometimes we will have details, especially during live streams. I can explain a little bit more in detail because I can answer questions. So I think in videos, generally keep it simple. In the live streams, I can go in depth because I can explain a lot more stuff in detail. Now, that being said, let me get some stuff in my object tree, or move it around at least. I gotta have a quick look at what I have in my folders, and then we start the analysis. Queenie Course, hi, hey, green now, man. Yo, thanks. Yeah, always supportive. Queenie Course, you went from gold to green. What's up? Cheers, man. First time I see a green badge behind your name. The Video Kingdom, welcome. Good to have you back. Yeah, it's been a while, but good to have you here. Yeah, we're gonna see. Let's see what price is gonna give us. Big day today. Well, we have news in 22 minutes, so we'll see if it does anything on the chart. And yeah, be aware, right? Like with triangles, you want to see impulses down, but we're gonna cover the triangle. Sea Bulls. Now that is a name, eh? Sea Bulls. Yeah. What does the green mean? It means you're a member of the channel for, I think now, your 4th month. So cheers. Rostam, how you doing? What about the short term? We're going to cover that as well. I'm going to start on the daily. I'm going to skip out on the weekly. The reason I like to cover the daily, which of course may be repetitive for many of you, but it is always important to have the higher time frame look and feel. Where are we on the chart? Because it is important for the lower time frames. So I will move the weekly scenarios out of here, and I will quickly check. This is okay. So this is the bearish scenario. I know about this one. What's it? The volume profile. Cool. I don't want to cover this. Also not gonna cover that. So just organizing my folders, and then we can start. I do want to talk about the 618 because the probabilities here are important. Then we have this going on. Yeah, I will at least cover this as well because we still have a few options. I think we're going to do a little bit of live analysis on the chart as well. Yeah, so I'm going to remove all of this. Yeah, just remove it. Okay. The bullish scenario is, of course, very clear. Okay. And then we have news coming at 4 p.m. But that is clear. Okay, so very nice. So we got a lot to talk about. And we have 19 minutes to get it done. And then we're going to observe the chart and see what the news is going to give us. We will do a little bit of live analysis locally in this range. Okay. Devil Queen from Disney. Ciboul's. Paramez, how you doing? That's been a while as well. Good morning. Good to have you here. Samith, what's up? You changed your profile picture. No, Christian, good to have you here. Hoshi, I'm doing good. How are you? Tirol, Austria. Enjoy the parties, generally, during winter season at least. Okay, give us the brain juice. Let's go, jongen. Nederlands. Max Trades Crypto. You started again. I saw you join the Discord group today, I believe, as well. And it's good you started the channel again. You got to keep it up. Like I said the first time when I checked out your channel, it's about consistency more than anything else. It's about just being there every day or every couple of days, whatever the goal is of your channel. You can upload every day, you can upload once a week, doesn't matter. But it's the consistency that matters the most. France, Netherlands is going to be my two native countries in the finals because I am French and I am Dutch. I don't know what to wear. I need something that does 50-50. John, exactly, John. Yeah, the only reason I want to talk about it is to, bust it. Samira, how you doing? Declan, James, welcome. Good to have you here as well. You can please some of the people all of them. You can please all the people some of them, but you can't please all of the. That's correct. That's absolutely correct. That's correct. Okay, guys, I'm gonna move you to my second screen, right? I'm gonna keep my eyes on the chart. So we're gonna analyze the chart based on Elliott waves. Start with the daily because it is important to always remember where we are on the chart. And then we're going to zoom into the local range and we will do a bit of live analysis and then analyze the chart when the news hits at 4 p.m., right? 4 p.m. Central European time. Now it is registered as high impact news, 3 stars here. So we'll see if anything happens, but by all means, make sure you trade safe, right? Anyway, so on the daily time frame, things have played out very, very nicely. For the ones that are here since at least April, May, will know that I had the zigzag ABC scenario on the chart as price was moving to the upside here. And it was the psychology scenario. Remember, hitting that 886 and the resistance we had and then move to the downside. The best psychology scenario because you're faking out a potential breakout. People are buying and then are being stopped out as price moves down. Now, the common target area for your wave C has been hit, right? Most commonly 1 to the 1.236, but also even for a WXY, which is an alternative, we have hit the target area, the 1.236. So this now means that on the daily time frame, when we're looking at the corrective structures, zigzag, WXY to the downside, we are starting to hit targets, right? Which therefore means it becomes very interesting to look for signs of strength on the lower time frames. Now we're either looking for a low here and a move towards the upside directly, or one more low and then see a bit of a bigger move towards the upside. So in other words, now that we are hitting target areas, we are going to be looking for signs of strength as well, and probabilities locally to switch to more bullish scenarios, or at least take the low one more and then move up, because we do have some interesting support to the downside. First of all, weekly gap, 53K is the low of the gap. We have a weekly order block to the downside as well, between 53K and 50.5, right? A little bit of confluence in that case. We have a value area high and support resistance area just below 50.5K. We have a channel on the weekly time frame where the midline is of course something to keep in mind as well, 51.6, right? Of course, if price is moving sideways, you can also hit the midline, but the midline will go up as price moves to the upside. One thing I do like to mention is that from an Elliott wave channeling point of view, if we count a wave 1, 2, and then eventually 3, 4, 5, a wave of 4, first of all, likes to retrace to the wave 4 of a lower degree, generally around the end of the wave 4 of a lower degree. But also with regards to channels, the midline is an important area for a wave 4. So that makes it quite interesting, of course. Now that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm still talking about the weekly now. Yeah, by all means, you expect a move towards the upside nonetheless. So the channel is interesting as well. It's a bit of support in that particular area. So we do have some areas of support. And if I open my levels, don't shock here because it's going to be a lot. You can see we have a bit of a gap to the downside, and then we have multiple levels really condensed between 51.9 and 51.7K, important area of support, right? Then we have a daily, and then again a little bit of confluence around the 49.7, 49K area. But 51.8 is definitely an area of interest in case price is moving to the downside. Now we have hit the support that we had here, which was a daily naked point of control. So that one is removed from the chart. No? Your most bearish scenario on the daily is an impulse down, lower probabilities, where you have a wave 1, 2, 3. The reason the probabilities are lower is because price touched the 886 for a wave 2, and that is a very rare target for a wave 2. More common for a wave B or a wave X, the 886 increasing probabilities. This move down is corrective in a wave C or Y, and not a wave 3 in a very bearish impulse towards the downside, right? So the probabilities on the higher time frames remain bullish. Now, when we look for signs of strength, there's of course many things you can use, right? But on a daily time frame, counting this structure on a daily time frame is of course not really possible. We want to see the lower time frame structures. However, on a daily time frame, when we look for signs of strength, one of the easiest things to use is the volume profile and very simple support and resistance areas. On the chart, you can see that we had a support resistance area, or still have a support resistance area here between 60.4K and 59.3K. In other words, moving above this area, preferably retesting it, sign of strength. Interesting. Move towards the middle of the channel, arguably we can count this as a channel as well, or to the higher end of the range, right? Take profit 1, take profit 2, potential continuation or rejection. It's simple range trading, trade the range until it breaks. We also have the value area low of this range, also a support resistance area. So pretty much the same as at 56K here. Now the probabilities, when we moved up slightly, right, from the low here at 56.5, once we moved to 57 on the second/third day, that is when probabilities switched bullish. So very early, thanks to 15-minute and 1-hour analysis, there was an opportunity here to already look towards the upside, right? But on a daily perspective, of course, we have no idea what's going on in these candles on the daily time frame. And you can see we moved up, retest, area of interest, and we moved to the upper side of the channel. So this was a very easy, arguably in this range, by the way, this was the easiest trade, a very easy long setup to move to the upside of this range. A 124 minimum. Not bad, right? Not bad. For me personally in this range, this was the easiest trade so far. Very, very clear setup, very, very clear trade. Also from an Elliott wave point of view. Happy to explain it in more detail if you're interested. This one is going to move down. Okay, so we know what we're looking for on the daily. We know what signs of strength can look like, right, with the support resistance. In my opinion, trading is not about catching absolute highs or lows. It's about catching that 50% in the middle or the 40% in the middle. Of course, it depends on your strategy and your plan. I know that maybe a Band-Aid, he's a mod, he has a strategy where he does manage to grab and catch those highs and lows. Personally, myself, I'm a lot more patient. I never really catch highs nor lows. So we're going to keep an eye on the local price section. I'll start with the simple stuff first. So we have a resistance area to the upside, the blue box here together with the value area high, sitting between 58.2, 58.5. And we have support here, 55.7 to 55.9. Point of control, 56.4K, always important, right? So those are the areas of interest pretty much in this local range. Now, if we then analyze this range, and we're going to do a little bit of live analysis, which might at times be a bit complex, but I'm going to try to explain it as easy as I can. And then we're going to end with the probabilities. No? So first things first, this move down, high probability, it is a three-wave structure, not an impulse. For an impulse, we want to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 4 hit the 618 and then eventually continued. But as mentioned, during this moment in time, hitting the 618 increases probabilities for price to move up, right? At least taking this high was preferred, and we continued up a little bit further, which is very, very nice indeed. So those probabilities played out, but at least important, we have a three-wave structure to the downside. Now, for a bullish scenario, so in a bullish world, we are looking for a wave 1 or A, a corrective 2 or B, and continuation to the upside in a wave C or a wave 3. The common target for B/2 has been hit, as you can see, acted as support. Now in a wave B or a wave 2 though, you need to have a three-wave finished, a three-wave corrective structure. So what we're going to do is zoom in to this area on the chart, right? And we're going to answer this question. Can we count any of these structures with high probabilities to make this a finished three-wave correction? We have news in 7 minutes. Luckily, it won't take too long. So, if the correction ended here with a simple zigzag. A zigzag is a 5-3-5 ABC structure. ABC in that case. If this is the end of B or 2, you want to count an impulse to the upside. Now, this move to the upside here at the moment carries higher probabilities for being a three-wave structure. And that is because the highest amount of volume is in the high, right? In the final candle, you can see it here. Highest amount of volume is here. Now that is most common for a wave 3. We then wanted to see a 4 and a 5, but 4 retraced too deep, invalidating an impulse. So in other words, the probabilities are higher for a three-wave structure here towards the upside, not a 5-wave structure. Of course, the alternative is a 5-wave, right? And this is where John, you'll see John talking about it. 1, 2, 1, 2, potential for another 1, 2 continuation, right? So a triple 1, 2, something that we've seen at the 44K range as well, right? And we can go to the lower time frames though. Mind the scam wick here. At least I think it is. So you can see that as price moved to the upside, we didn't really have any range similar in size to any of the ranges that we had over here, right? So it lowers the probabilities for an impulse, increases probabilities. We have a three-wave structure here. We also can't really count this as an impulse, 1, 2, and then we need a 3, 4, 5. But if this is an extended fifth wave, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a bigger 5, right? Wave 3, first of all, wave 1 and 4 are not allowed to overlap. Of course, there's quite a lot of overlap going on here. So you would need to count this as a 1, 2, then somehow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, extended 5, right? So in detail, you then have to do this 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. But there's a bit of a problem. And that is that inside wave 3, you want to always have an impulse, a 5-wave structure. You can't have diagonals or overlaps in wave 3. But you can see here, if we avoid counting the scam wick here, we then need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means there's overlap, which is not allowed. So in other words, probabilities are higher for it to be a 3-wave corrective structure, another 5-wave corrective structure, or a 5-wave structure, impulsive structure. Now with that in mind, finishing B or 2 here doesn't have great probabilities at the moment, no? Okay. Now for a flat structure in an A, B, C, wave B has to hit at least the 0.9 Fibonacci, which has been hit, by the way. However, after B, you then want to count an impulse to the downside, 3-wave A, 3-wave B, 5-wave C. But that is where the problem lies. This is a 3-waver, not a 5-waver, right? Higher probability, this is a 3-wave structure, not a 5-wave structure. So the flat at the moment is also not relevant. Then we have a triangle. Now, first of all, a triangle is not allowed in a wave 2. So if we count a triangle in here, it is going to be a wave B. Yeah. Now the triangle is then counted like A, B, C, D, E, right? So you actually want to see a little bit of a move to the downside. Now let's make it pretty so you actually know what we're then looking for. A, B, C, D, E. E oftentimes undershoots or overshoots the AC trend line. As long as it doesn't take this low, it's not invalidated. But you're going to be looking for a bit of an E and then eventually price moving towards the upside, no? The moment price moves above B here, E is either finished or we invalidate the triangle. But by all means, after this triangle, you're going to be looking for price to move up anyway. Now in a triangle, 4 out of the 5 waves have to be zigzag structures, 3-wave structures, ABC up or ABC down. Wave C most commonly is corrective, but this time it's not, it's simple. So this is a scenario that is absolutely still valid, right? Looking at the volume, we do have an increased amount of volume in C and B. Now, commonly in a triangle, volume tends to die down, which happened afterwards, right? We're grinding up with the reduced volume. Volume pattern is not really what you like to see in a triangle, but from a theoretical standpoint here, it's not invalidated. So this is one scenario I keep an eye on, but this in the end is bearish because you think A, triangle B, C, and then you're going to move towards the downside. And then finally, we have a WXY. Also, news in 50 seconds, so we're going to observe that. In a WXY, wave W is a zigzag. Wave X can be any corrective structure, but commonly is a zigzag, so we can label it X. And then we need a wave Y, right? Now, we can't count a double zigzag in here. Wave W is already a zigzag, and in a sideways double combo, wave Y can't be a zigzag if W is a zigzag. So wave Y can only be a flat A, B, C, and then you move up. finishing 2 or B. Or we have a more local triangle, A, B, C, D, E, which of course would be quite boring because we're going to go sideways for a couple more days. But in both of these cases, you look for price to take the high first. So there's 2 bullish scenarios. You have the triangle and you have the WXY at the moment. And we shortly go to the 50-minute time frame because we have some news. So let's see. Now, price has been moving to the upside locally with continuous bullish CVD divergences. And for the first time, we saw a bit of bearish CVD here, which already played out. All right, so we had some bearish CVDs, 15-minute. So we hear lower high in price, higher highs on the CVD. That was a bearish CVD. Other than that, all of the bullish CVDs we had locally already played out as well. So CVD is at the moment very neutral. Yeah. So let's have a short look if anything happens in these first few minutes. First minute are almost finished. So we have some news now, and then we continue analyzing, and then the probabilities. See if anything happens. This very much looks like a 3-wave structure to make this low here. Three, 3, 5. Potential for a local flat. This is 3-minute time frame stuff, right, guys? So the 3-minute time frame, the lower you go, the more difficult Elliott waves becomes in a way because things change very quickly. ABC, 3-wave structure, 5-wave impulse. Be aware, potential for a flat, which means down after. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Has to be said, if this is your wave 2 and this is your 4, 4 is shorter in time than 2, which is less common. So there's the potential for a 3-waver, but 5-waver can't be disregarded. To then have a 5 flat and another 3-wave corrective structure. So in other words, 5, A, B, C, 5, right? Be aware. If you take out the high here though, that's of course invalidated. This is this is the 3-minute time frame, right? I'm never really active, but we are on a 3-minute because it's news. So, okay, I might just quickly finish the analysis on the 1 hour. Right. Let me set alarms at least. So let me set an alarm above, and let me set an alarm below. Okay. Because we're almost finished. So with regards to bullish scenarios, right? We're going to be looking in a bullish scenario, preferably for the triangle A, B, C, D, E, but that is relevant for a wave B, and then continuation up in C, or we have the WX and then a Y flat or a Y triangle, right? In other words, take the highs sooner or later. In a triangle though, A, B, C, D, E, preferably price moves down a little bit further. In a 3-wave structure, not an impulse, it has to be a 3-waver, and then we look for price to move to the upside. Now in a bearish scenario, this low is not your low, right? You look for continuation to the downside, which means that everything here has to be corrective. Now in a zigzag, we're then looking for also A, B, C. It's pretty much the scenario I just explained, right? A flat structure, A, B, C, but this low here did not touch the 0.9 taken from the low to the high, so a flat is not relevant. We have a potential triangle, A, B, C, D, and then a wave E, invalidated if we take the high. Now what you can see with this triangle here though, triangle in this case would be a wave 4 scenario. So in this case, your invalidation is this high, and you want to see an impulse to the downside, right? Not a 3-wave structure, a 5-wave structure. So if we get a 1, 2, high volume 3, and then a 4 and 5, we might look for continuation to the downside, because bullish is a 3-wave, bearish is a 5-wave, to the downside, that is. Now with regards again to this triangle here, you have the highest volume in B and C, so we had volume moving down and then a spike in B and C, or C and D arguably. Not as common, but it is definitely not an invalidation. What is quite interesting here though is that your wave E is relatively long in time compared to D as well as your C. C and D are very short in time, right? Also not that ideal in a triangle. But by all means, even in the bullish scenarios, having a bit of a move down is no problemo. But here we want to see, of course, an impulse down and continue. So we're going to keep an eye on that in particular. And then finally a WXY, which means a W, then we need an X and a wave Y. So you would still expect price to move towards the upside. So most of the scenarios, so in a bullish scenario, so this is the summary, daily time frame, highest probability is bullish, right? ABC, WXY. We're going to be looking for price to move up directly or one more low and then look for upside. We have very interesting support on the daily between 53K and 49K, right? It's a big area of interest. Now, locally in this particular range, right, your bullish scenario is either a triangle, A, B, C, D, E, and then move up, preferably wave E moves down just a little bit further. So that would be bullish scenario number 1. Never too big of a fan of triangles, not going to lie. Or you have a WXY, W zigzag, X potentially finished, zigzag, and then wave Y is by itself a triangle or a flat, right? But in both of these cases, you then look for up. In the bearish case, we either look for a zigzag A, B, C, which means you take the highs. So that is in confluence with the bullish scenario because you're going to be taking the highs even in the bearish scenario. Or the triangle, which is your currently most bearish scenario, A, B, C, D, E, and then you want to see price moving down, moving above this high invalidates it. And if we see a 3-wave corrective structure down, the probabilities are higher to move up and again take the highs, because we want this triangle to be pretty much finished at this high. So now we want to see an impulse down, which means a 5-wave structure to the downside on volume. The longer we go sideways here, the more bullish it is. Right? So this is your most bearish scenario. And then in a WXY, W zigzag, and then we have an X and then a wave Y eventually afterwards, right? Wave X can be anything, most commonly a zigzag. So you can have W, X, and then A, B, C, D, E. We just continue the range. So at this moment in time, most of these scenarios locally, right, have a higher probability of continuing sideways / moving up to take the highs. Of course, the bullish scenarios naturally do this, but also in the bearish scenarios, and that is where that's actually most important for the probabilities. Your bearish scenario A, B, C, you're going to take the high. Bearish scenario W, X, Y, you're either going to take the high if you look for a flat in Y, or you continue ranging sideways. But if you continue ranging sideways for the triangle, right? W, X, and then A, B, C, D, E, then at a later stage, we can reanalyze the chart again, right? Because we're looking for a 3-wave down, a 3-wave up, and then move down. So that's no problem. We just extend the range in time, right? ABC zigzag takes the high, flat is irrelevant. In a triangle, preferably you're finished. So the triangle is the most bearish scenario, which means you now want to impulse down. And the longer you're going to stick around here, the more bullish it is to take the highs, / you just continue ranging. And if you continue ranging, well, no problem. We just reanalyze price, right, at a later stage, and potentially probabilities then change. But trading wise, it makes life very easy. So yeah, bullish scenarios, of course, move up. But even in the bearish scenarios, except for the triangle, you want to see a continuation of this range, making life easy because we can analyze this, / take the highs. So that's why the probabilities locally are higher to take the highs / continue sideways. No? So yeah. Most of the scenarios look that way, except for a triangle that is finished. But in that case, we want to see a strong impulse to the downside. Now, what I have mentioned in Discord earlier today is if you get a 3-wave move down here, where's the volume profile? So if you do get a 3-wave structure or any local corrective structure, right, doesn't have to go down all the way. 1 second. So if you do get a 3-wave corrective structure, of course, naturally from a trading perspective, it is interesting to look for upside. Okay, so there you go. Locally here, we see some volume coming in. No, I can imagine. Do we have some volume? At least the bigger candle. The candle is now open for 2 minutes on a 5-minute time frame. But yeah. Now I just analyzed this structure on the 3-minute, right? So be aware of what I mentioned earlier. Lots of overlap, lots of grind. This move down to finish the structure is definitely looks like a 3-wave structure. So it increases probabilities of at least the potential of a flat, which is your bearish scenario, as explained at the beginning. And of course, your bullish scenario is a finished corrective structure, but you continue. Beep. That's my alarm, by the way. So yeah, there you go. Now, as we mentioned the probabilities yesterday, when price hit the 618, probabilities were higher to move up. What we saw as well in confluence with that is bullish CVDs. So first of all, we saw bullish CVDs here. Well, it wasn't necessarily too interesting, but then we saw also bull CVD here, right? More bullish CVD here as well. So as price was moving up, we saw increased bullish CVDs on the lower time frames. We had a bit of a bear CVD here, but this one already played out. Of course, the bullish ones played out as well. But it's good to know for the context, I suppose. And at the moment, CVD is very, very neutral locally. Not much going on. Price moves up, CVD is moving up. All of the other divergences already played out. So let's see if we get something going here, no? Just mentioned the probabilities, and the probabilities are higher to look for the highs / continue ranging sideways, and then at a later stage we can reanalyze the chart. But the probabilities are lowest for price over here to just directly move down. Probabilities are higher to look for the highs, or at the bare minimum move sideways. The moment you take this high, the triangle is invalidated, giving extra confirmation or extra probabilities to price also taking out this high. Right, which means you're going to move above this box, and then we have to look for some higher areas of resistance. Daily naked point of control at 60.9, and do not forget the important support resistance area I mentioned earlier, right? 59.2, 60.3. So level by level, step by step. Yeah. Okay, so there you go. I actually forgot when I started the analysis. We now took the high here. So of course a flat locally is invalidated. So we now took this high. Very nice. Have a quick look in the chat. Also, I actually need to figure out when I started the analysis because I forgot it. Okay, I see. Timestamp, 1 second. Gonna check 3:42. It's now 16:15. So that is 20, 30 minutes. That is 33 minutes ago, which is about 33. That's 20. That's 18. 8. So about like 19 minutes into the live stream I started. Voilà. Pop. Et voilà. Okay. Lots of writing here. I'll skim it quickly. Oh, I see. Yeah, but interesting, because I saw Max Trades Crypto joining Discord, or is Discord doing funny things? Oh, wait, it shows became a member 5 months ago. Max Trades Crypto 5 months ago. No, 2 hours ago. Wait, is this not you? Is this like a scammer that is copying your name? Max Trades Crypto. Okay, I'm interested now though, because I'm very familiar with the community. I know the, I remember the people that are here all the time, and so when I saw Max Trades Crypto joining, I thought of you, but this says became a member of the group 2 hours ago, of the Discord group. So let me know. I might have to ban a potential scammer here. I'm a French noob, but you're enough pedagogue to make me like. Cheers, Luc. So you speak French, la langue de baguette. I'll very soon be able to speak French, I'm sure, when I move to the south of France. Yeah, cheers, Luc. Welcome. Good to have you here, and thanks for your kind comment. It's a pleasure. I love sharing my 2 cents. Thank you, Mark. Started learning Elliott when we start moving down from the high. Yeah, you still have to experience your real high time frame impulse. Level blinded me. How to use object tree? Is it only? No. You can. The way I organize my object tree is everyone can use this. You just use a horizontal line. So you use one of these, a horizontal ray. You put it below 0 on the chart, and you just change the name to whatever sign, signal, or whatever you want. And there you go. And now I can just put this here, and then I create my sections. So that's how I do it. You don't need premium for this. Saving different scenarios, I recommend using folders. So you can see I put everything in folders, and if I open a folder, it shows the TA. So what I do is, for example, if we have an impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure, right? And we count that impulse to the upside, and maybe we put a couple of fibs on the chart as well. So we pull a fib on the chart, whatever. And then what you can do is hold shift. So you can see I click on the fib retracement here, becomes blue. Hold shift, click on the brush, or in this case, that's your analysis you put on the chart. Then click on this folder, create a group of drawings, right mouse click, rename, test. Right, and now you can move around the folder. Right? So that is how I organize my object tree. Now, very soon, I'm actually going to probably move all my analysis to the index chart. And that means that I cannot copy all of this. I have to do everything again, which will be interesting for all of you to see. So that is something that I am considering at the moment. Bit of nice volatility on the chart. Took the highs there. Kiwi, how you doing? All the way from New Zealand. Damn, such a dream. Hope you're doing good, Kiwi. Good evening in your case, or almost good night, no? Pleasure, NeoZ. Pleasure. Thank you. Who made a video on analysis paralysis? Yeah, we did, I did change some of the titles, and the thumbnails have been changed by Jeroen. So if you go to the channel, first of all, if you're new to Elliott Waves or you want to learn more, then make sure to check out this playlist. Everything you need to know is in there. We changed the style as well, so we got a new banner, new logo, new thumbnails, everything looking chic. Oh, I forgot about this one apparently. Need to change this one. So we have the analysis paralysis video is now all about the target boxes. So this one, the easiest way to trade, less is more. That is where I talk about target boxes. No idea if the title is good, but I mean, not many people watch very old videos, even though the content is very valuable in my opinion. It shows how I make my target boxes, which is the easiest way to trade, I believe, because it keeps your chart very, very clean, right? Very, very clean, which makes it very easy to trade. Less is more, right? Having less shit on the chart eventually will give you more profit, because you'll be able to better identify your main areas of support resistance that you maybe want to trade, maybe not, depends on the reaction at those areas. Yeah, I don't even know where to find a Fed stream. I'm not interested in news, only in the volatility. The weekly regular flat scenario. I'll remember this one. Let me first get through the chat here. We're almost at the bottom. Hunter, how you doing? Sarthak, welcome. Good to have you here. Kind of looks more likely the range continues. It's one of the things we look for, absolutely. Okay, so this is, I answered this. So, okay, here we are. T. Clepson, when you see the other CVDs play out, is it safe to assume you just look too large at time scale? My main CVD timeframes are the 3-minute and the 15-minute. I am aware of 1 hour. I don't really tend to go to a 4 hour for CVD. Generally, the 1 hour is as high as I go pretty much. But when CVDs play out, I don't move into higher time frames. Arguably, because the CVDs, the bullish CVDs here played out, we had some bearish CVDs that also played out. Of course, now, arguably, the most interesting potential CVD divergences are going to be locally on a 3-minute time frame now, because locally, everything played out. Only if you zoom out, where CVD? There we go. So only when you zoom out, we have a bullish CVD at the low and a bearish CVD at the high, right? But these pretty much like cancel one another out. So I'm much more interested to see what happens locally, and that is why I was interested to see what happened when price moved up and then it showed bullish CVDs, which is interesting because I like to trade those type of CVD divergences. So that is the reason. This move up was interesting after touching the 618, increasing probabilities to have that move to the upside. I need to refresh my chart for a second because my Control Z is not working anymore, which sometimes happens. So can we save the chart? What's happening here? Anyway, let's just refresh it, whatever. sometimes you got to refresh the chart. Little alarm going off when refreshing. Nice. Yo, trading view. Thank you. Put the volume profile on as well. Okay, there we go. It's not too fast, but hey, we have a new member. Yo, who's this? Ali! Welcome to Bronze! Thanks for the support. You now officially have a badge behind your name. Cheers, Ali. Welcome to the team. Welcome, welcome. The link. Market touch, Dominic. What's happening? Not sure what you're talking, but yeah, Dominic, I mentioned the video on my channel. So from a higher time frame perspective, this would be the wave 4 of C in a zigzag of WXY, or wave 4 of C into the ABC. I mean, the result is the same, so it doesn't really matter. That's the thing, right? You have two scenarios. You're now hitting target areas. And in both cases, if you move down, you're going to label it a wave 4. But it doesn't really matter if it's a WXY or an ABC. Probabilities generally are higher for the ABC because simple structures have higher probabilities than complex structures, most commonly. No, but in the end, the result is the same. You're going to look for 5 down. So if you do move down on the higher time frame, you'll be labeling this a wave 4, and the targets for 5 are going to be the same in both scenarios. The difference is the wave C target area has just been touched, only the 1-to-1, right, on the daily. And the common target area is still down to the 1.236. And for the WXY scenario, your common target wave Y, the 1.236, is touched. But that's your maximum common target. The next target is the 1.618, which is a rare target for Y. So your target area for C is bigger as well compared to Y. So if you do move down, the probabilities would be higher to label it a 4 inside an ABC. Which brings us back to the zigzag, the simple structure. Hi from, wait, another one. Benoit, yo, welcome to Diamond, man. Shit, it's so rare to see people join in Diamond during live streams. Generally, it's like, if it does happen, it's off stream, of course. But, yo, Benoit, gotta bring more French here. Ah, tu parles français, or tu es français. Where do you live in France? So it's probably not Benoit, it's probably Benoit. Is it Benoit or Benoit? Now I'm interested. You know, is it the French pronunciation or is it like a more English pronunciation? Yo, so it is, okay, Benoit, I suppose, okay. Yo, cheers. Welcome to the group. Make sure to send or fill in the form. First of all, let me check if you actually filled in the form. Because both Jeroen and I keep an eye on it. So yeah, make sure to fill in the Google form. Which is it linked in the description? I don't know. Damn, I used to have a bit.ly. Let me quickly manage this here. I need to get to my bit.ly links so I can where is it? Oh, there we go. The membership form. There you go. Make sure to fill that one or answer those questions there, and we will get you sorted. And Jeroen or I will send you an email. I mean, Jeroen uses my email, so it's always my name. But yeah, Benoit, welcome. Bonjour. Very soon I'll be a country what? I'll be living in the same country. So on peut parler français. when my French is a little bit better than it is now. Got to be honest, it's not that great. I can understand quite a lot, but the talking, man, the talking is not too easy. Nice is a nice area. It is. It's great. Love the mountains, close to like Monaco and Antibes and Cannes. Of course, you have the beach. It's a rocky beach, but then if you go to Antibes, that's where you have the sand, or to Monaco. Yeah, it's great, and also it's for the stage in our lives. It's great to have the opportunity to move to France, thanks to the owners of the apartment, because they know how difficult it is to move across the border to another country. So thanks to them, we found a place, and because we start renting a place because we want to check the lifestyle, we want to see if it's something for us. We think it is, but you never know. And then we're interested to buy after a year or 2 years. We'll see what happens, and then we'll get a nice place. But it's a nice area, absolutely. Are you from the south of France or living more towards the north? Generally, you hear people, Paris area or Côte d'Azur. We were. Okay, we were here, yeah. Thank you, Koens. You're making my trading progress easier. Cheers, Dominic. That's the goal, right? Yeah, I mean, generally with trading now, like less is more. If you have a strategy, you don't need a very complex strategy, but you do need data, preferably. So collect data, collect statistics, and use those for trading. But yeah. Cheers, Queenie. Thanks for popping in. Ali, learn anything. Pleasure, Ali. And if you have any questions, you know where to ask them. Michael Pretzel, by the way, hi from Austria. I'm not surprised when I see your surname here, or at least on YouTube, your second name, Pretzel. Pretzels are very nice. Is the bullish triangle invalid? No, you got to take out this high. By the way, that's the bearish triangle. The bearish triangle is invalidated if you take this high here. The bullish triangle is still there, right? Even if price moves down, as long as you don't take 54.9, it's still possible. Yeah. Lolita, wanting to learn about Elliott waves, and I came across your channel. Did you, Lolita? First of all, welcome. I don't actually think it's the first time you write a comment here, no? Second, what did you search for? Did you search on Google or YouTube, like how Elliott waves or what? I'm actually interested. 200 watching. Welcome, all 200 of you. It's always quite insane still, that even because the channel still feels very new. It's only a year and a few months. It's still insane that I'm standing here in my office, right? And I'm alone. Of course, my wife is home as well. But then there is 200 people somewhere on this world watching as well, or 150. I think generally we have about 150 viewers, 200 between. Now I know how big a room is of 150 and 200 people because I am a global keynote speaker as well. So yeah, it's insane that every day you kind of like speak in front of such a big audience. It's incredible. Yo, Rudy, how you doing? Welcome. Licking Mo. Okay, I got it. What are we doing here? Chinese. Is it possible that there is still a complex 4?
是的，这是有可能的。这个范围内的看跌情景将是锯齿形。
Okay. I won't bother you with that. But okay, well, there you go. Lol. Okay, a little bit of Chinese here. Ali, cheers. Thank you. Sarthakago. I mean, I just explained in typing, you know, even the bearish scenarios, you're looking for sideways for at least 1-2 more days or take the highs. So generally, in a bullish scenario, of course, you look for the highs. So probabilities are higher to take the highs of the range or continue sideways a little bit longer, and then we reanalyze. Probabilities are lowest for a direct move to the downside. Ooh. That's true. But it's good that when people become a member during the live stream, that they get the link just in case. But yeah, I found it quickly, so it's fine. Toulouse, but living in Montreal. Okay, Toulouse is nice. Because I have a French mom, I visited France many times, including many of the well-known cities. Toulouse is one of them. Montreal is Canada, no? I don't know Montreal in France, at least. I don't know about the news. Maybe some people here will be able to answer that question. I don't really follow the news. I only look at the volatility. If I haven't subscribed on YouTube, no, you can only get the badge if you are a member. But the lowest membership is bronze, which is $3 whole a month. So that is an insane price for a badge, of course. So basically $3 in 30 days, which is a whole 10 cents a day, pretty much, to carry the proud Kunz badge. I mean, so bronze doesn't really get you anything else than the badge. So. And then we have, of course, silver and gold and diamond and stuff. I will, by the way, innovate the memberships and stuff, because I'm gonna add some new things and gonna change some things as well. Always innovating. Niels from Malaysia. Well, you guys coming from everywhere. Welcome from the Netherlands. Live Bitcoin, and then Elliott Ways was on the title, so I said this is a sign. Good point. Okay, so you joined during a live stream. Yeah, the lives generally are quite good. Like, many people find live streams. I don't know if YouTube pushes live streams more than general videos, but and I love doing live streams myself. But yeah, live streams are quite good for, like, new people find your channel. Hoshi, always great timing for me in the Tokyo time zone. Yeah, it's evening for you when I go live. So Tokyo. I still have to visit Tokyo. Michael, oh wait, in that case, sorry, no, only YouTube gives you the logo. I don't know all the people that are members in Patreon. Sorry, I forgot. But also your name here is different than in Discord, isn't it? Making it a bit more tricky. But yeah, only on YouTube do people get a logo, including Christian now. Second month, by the way, Christian. You now have the silver badge. So it starts with bronze and then silver, gold, then green, blue. No, I think then it's green, red, blue. I mean, there's a couple. There's a couple. He ordering sushi? Yeah. I like that question. Anon, is speaking to about 200 people in YouTube Live easier than speaking on the stage to the same amount? So for me, it's exactly the same. Of course, what I speak about is different. So when I am speaking offline, I'm not speaking about trading and the charts. And it is a presentation. So of course, it's different than a live stream. And in a live stream, I can, I can engage a lot more. Like here, of course, during a presentation, you have a set amount of time, and at the end, you you stop the presentation. No, you answer questions after your presentation, your Q&A, and then afterwards everyone goes home. But speaking wise, it's the same. It's just different content. And I also kind of tend to present my scenarios the way I would do when I have a PowerPoint, right? Scenario this, scenario that, and then I talk about it next, and then we end it with the probabilities, which is like the summary, and then we go into Q&A, which is what we do now pretty much. So when I speak on global events, I speak about business-related topics as well as more health-related topics, and I then have my slides, which never have text. I always have pictures, videos, and all that stuff. And then at the end, you kind of summarize it. You get the point across. You end, and then you go into Q&A. So for me, it's exactly the same. It's just the experience is different, because if I stand in front of 200 people, I can see people. I can see what I do to the audience, and I can see, based on the audience's reactions, I can interact with it, right? So when I see X, I can do Y. Even though the audience might not speak during my presentation, based on the feeling I get from the audience and how they interact with what I present, I can change the course of what I talk about. While on a live stream, that is more difficult because I can't see you. Of course, people talk, and that's perfectly fine, but that's usually the Q&A section. So it's a little bit different, but I'm not nervous for both. I gotta say, so for example, the reason now, generally when I speak on big stages, I'm healthy nervous, but not nervous, just healthy pressure, because I want to perform. And generally I perform for C-level executives or high-level managers in bigger companies. So and by the way, there might be some of you here that are C-level executives or big managers at big firms. But I don't know. So it's but maybe that's exactly why this is good. But when I speak in front of such an audience, it does bring healthy pressure, because you want to do your best. And even if I speak for parents with gaming children, which is my other topic, more health related, even if there's a couple of parents in a room and you don't talk in front of 200 people, of course there's no pressure if you have 10 parents or 20 parents in a room. But you still want to perform. You still want to do your best. So I don't care about the audience. I always want to give 100%. I am there to serve the people that either bought a ticket, traveled to the other side of the world to attend my presentation, traveled in the Netherlands to their local library where I give a presentation. I don't care. They are spending time to listen to me. So I want to give the most I can, which is no different than on YouTube. You are here watching, and I want to try and give the most I can in the time that I'm here, because you are spending your time somewhere. You could do something else as well. So thanks all for you being here. Christian gifted 5 memberships. Christian, thanks for supporting the channel. Wait, so who got it? Anon, Dexter, Andrew, Hoshi, and Mido. You guys got to fill in the link. And where's that link? Mods, would be good to have this link somewhere. Maybe we have to put it in Discord as a pinned comment. It's easy to find. Guys, fill in this link here. Right? And Anon, Dexter, Andrew, Hoshi, Mido. Make sure to fill in the link and then check the silver box, because I am going to upgrade you to silver. That is always what I do with gifted membership. So Christian, thanks for the support, and especially thanks to the community as well, because now, it gives support to community. So cheers, Christian. Thanks. I think this is like the second time you do this, man. Thanks so much for supporting the channel and the community, because that's what happens, of course. Dexter just joined the stream. Switch from TA to a course in Chinese. I know, right? Oh, good luck with French first. Yeah, it's gonna be a challenge. Been a while since. I appreciate it. Yo, Meti GP, welcome. Sometimes you have people that aren't here for a long time, and then out of nowhere they pop in again. Meti, thanks for being here, and thanks for writing something as well. Until you have to try and teach it to foreigners. Yeah. I mean, French can speak so quick as well, but I guess they say the same about Dutch people. Oh, I see. Yeah, only on YouTube you get the badge. YouTube benefits. If the price moves down now with an impulse, it can still be wave 2. Yes. Why is it flat? We just hit the... yes. But then, of course, preferably your C moves below this pivot. Here, 54.9. Unless you have a running flat. But in a running flat, preferably wave B moves to the common target for B, which is, of course, above the wick. When there are multiple 1-2 structures, particles of time, by the way, thanks for all your comments as well. When there are multiple 1-2 structures before wave 3, which of those 1-2 structures do you rely on for wave 3 length? You like arguably the first one, but the problem with the wave 3 projection is it can extend to very high prices or low in the bearish case. So if you have a wave 1-2 of a higher degree and then a 1-2 of a lower degree and another 1-2 and then you get your 3, you can have then in all cases, so you count this as a 1-2 3, right? So in 1-2 and then 3-4-5, right? And then you have 1-2 and 3-4-5. That's your lower degree. Right, and then you have your final degree. So you first want to check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So therefore, your first trend-based fib extension can actually be for the wide count. Right, so take it from the start to the end of 1 to the end of 2, and then toggle on your wave 3 target, which generally minimum is the 1.618. But a wave 3 can extend much higher. So that's the thing, right? The 1.618 is regarded as generally a minimum target, but you can hit the 2, 2.618, 3, 3.618, 4, 4.618. And especially if the couple of 1-2s here are relatively small, but your first 1-2 is quite big. I mean, the 1.618 of the first 1-2 might be all the way here, right? Even though your lower degree 1 or wave 3 target would be only here. So it can extend much higher. So I would recommend to just put all 3 of them on the chart and just observe where the levels are. Of course, if this is a local 1, 2, 3, I definitely recommend to have the latest 1, 2 and then wave 3 target on the chart, so the 1.618, because if you count an impulse locally, you want 1, 2 and you want the white 3 to hit the 1.618, right? So that would be the absolute minimum. But of course, it can just extend to much higher prices. That's the thing. Holy moly, what's happening here? Cripsy, bronze, welcome. Also badge. Look, so this is the first month, right? First time, Cripsy. Cheers, welcome to the team and the bronze badge. So of course, then next month it becomes silver and then gold and da-da-da. There's a few people, only a very, very few people that have a blue badge now, which means being a member for 1 whole year already, which is insane. And you know it doesn't matter if it's diamond, gold, silver, or bronze. The badges just change color the longer people are here. What is the probability that the low is in? You can't really give a hard number to it because it depends on the range. And at the moment, the probabilities in this range are higher to either move sideways / take the high still. So the probabilities are lowest for price to just continue down to new lows. Either a continuation of the range, which is perfectly fine, and then we reanalyze later, but then we want to have a triangle here. Or take the highs. That's the highest probability at the moment. Most scenarios take the highs. So arguably that would be number 1, continuation of the range 2. Most bearish cases an impulse down. It's currently lowest probabilities though. And then we'll take it from there, right? Step by step. Yeah, I see. He translates CVD as cardiovascular disease and high as bliss. Sometimes I don't even immediately understand what diseases and highs. Yeah, nice one, translator. Stop talking with people. Yo, bro. Hey, wizard, bro. Yo, bro. Check the pinned comment, bro. Right? Check the pinned comment, bro. Elliott wave analysis at 19 minutes in the live stream, bro. Now chatting and Q&A, bro. So you might, bro, want to check out, bro, 19 minutes, bro, and then watch from 19 minutes onwards, bro. So that then afterwards, bro, you can come back, bro, and ask questions, bro. Are we good, bro? Cheers, bro. Okay. Good day, Kun. Chat, bicycle riding home and listening your live. Waiting patiently as always. Asanov, how you doing? Bicycle riding. Good stuff. Nice and fit. Enjoy your ride. Thanks for popping in while cycling as well. Holy moly. Based on FIP time. I need to. Based on FIP time zone, where can be the bigger wave, C or Y? And pretty much any time now. Yeah, we're good on time. So we're either the low here or continue up. Or sorry, either the low and continue up or one more low, doesn't matter. Time wise, it's both good. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Christian. Okay, I gotta let me make a little screenshot here. I'm gonna send it to my wife and be like, you see? Wait, there we go. Gonna send that to her later. Thank you, Christian, man. Brings a smile on my face. Thanks for the support again, mate. Hoshi, thanks as well. Watch a lot everywhere that's full on Bitcoin. Maxi bias. Yeah, no bias here. I don't care if Bitcoin goes up or down. I just trade. I don't care. I'm not a long-term guy. What's the Oracle saying? Up or down? Ashley?
Good timing.
Oh, what do you say? Up or down?
I'm gonna say.
You wanna pop in? You say down.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what do we?
Okay. Ashley says down. That's my wife. She's the Oracle, by the way. She has a very good hit rate somehow. She doesn't know anything about trading, but her probabilities so far are good. 4 wins, 1 loss. She's not trading, by the way, but she just randomly says up or down. Yes. Yeah, but 4 wins, so it's still good. Train is 10 past, no? So, oh yeah, okay, I see. Time to wrap it up. Can you show the lower time frame count? I personally don't count the very, very local grind to the upside here. I prefer to stick around on the 1 hour here because the 1 hour is a lot more clear than this very slow grind up, right? There's the potential for a diagonal here, maybe a flat wick up, A, B, flat C, down, hit the point of control support and then go up again. But that's a continuation of the range. But I generally now in this range, I like to be on the 1 hour. It's a lot better. How fast is speaking English compared to Dutch? I mean, depends on the person, I guess. I can speak as fast English as I can Dutch, which sometimes is a problem with the content because I tend to speak a bit quick for people sometimes. But yeah, both is of course can speak fast. Rodney, how you doing? Welcome, Suhail. Good to have you here as well. Yeah, I know, right, bro. 5 months ago, you helped me a lot to understand the charts. Cheers, Krupse. On to the next 5 months. Yeah, on to the next 5 months. Keep it up. Keep grinding. How do I get one of those memberships? The badge, that's when you become a member. And the link is below the video. Not the link. Those are the partnership links. But the join button below the video. And then you have bronze, silver, gold, diamond. And it doesn't matter. Any of those give you a badge. My brother got nervous. I saw the word bro. But it's the analysis. I don't mind sometimes repeating stuff, but doing a whole analysis again. Of course, it took me about 30 minutes earlier to do the whole analysis, I think, or 20 or something. I don't know. I think 20 minutes. So I can't repeat it, but that was a good question. Bro, missed the flood of TA. Yeah. Christian, cheers. Thanks, man. Long term, long term, I don't really understand the question, but on a daily time frame and weekly time frame, yeah, price might still move down eventually, and we have great support, but we are hitting target areas to end a bigger corrective structure. So longs from a swing perspective become a lot more interesting. Depends on the local time frames as well. No? Yeah. Hooray for Ashley. The Oracle has a better hit rate than the street fortune tellers. I'm backing the Oracle for sure. No financial advice by Ashley, eh? T. Clemson. Arrogance. I have a question regarding weekly bullish on 1 and 2. And 1, you did not mention FIB time. Could you add this, please, for wave 4 and 5? So for wave 4, Christian, I'll do it next time because I have to go. My wife and I go to the movies. We go to Despicable Me. Hell yeah. Number 4. We do like Despicable Me. So we go to Despicable Me. The Minions. We're going to watch The Minions. So, yeah. But with regards to FIB time, the green wave 4 is 2 times the length of green 2, I believe, out of my head now. In scenario 1. And in scenario... So could you add this, please, for wave 4 and 5? Yeah, so 5 is not yet relevant because we first need to finish 4. But currently we are at like between the 2 and 3 FIB time compared to 2, which is perfectly fine. Yeah. Yeah, time is good so far. But having a FIB time for 5 on the chart is not yet relevant because we got to wait for 4s to be in. From now on, let this cool guy's nickname be Bro. Yeah. Well, actually, the nickname on the channel is Raccoon. But Bro, I'm good with Bro. What's up, Tortuga? Bro, man's banana. What's up, guys? Is there any certainty in Elliott? Yeah, well, there's probabilities. There's no certainty in any form of analysis. But Elliott waves can give you high probabilities for the direction of price. And then personally, based on some other forms of analysis I like to use, I enter my positions. On Netflix instead. Yeah, I mean, that's good. Probabilities on a low time frame communicated in the analysis, but probabilities are highest to take these high or at the bare minimum continue ranging. Probabilities are lowest for price to just dump down from where we are now. That being said, guys, I gotta go. Gotta go to the movies, get myself some water and a medium salt popcorn. Ooh. So yeah, thanks everyone for being here. Appreciate it. Make sure to check out minute 19 or something like that in the stream when the analysis starts. While I'm traveling to the cinema, I'm probably not in a position to really get the timestamp in before I have to leave. But yeah, you know, we'll manage. Else you just got to click through the stream anyway. Yeah, thanks, Mark. Yeah, thanks everyone. Make sure to trade safe, right? We had some news. We had a nice wick to the upside. Absolutely beautiful. And you know the probabilities, you know the scenarios. If you haven't and you do like the content and you like the shittery during the Q&A, make sure to sub as well. It's appreciated. We're on our way to number 13. 13K. Holy shit. Well, we're only at 12.4 really. Only, says someone after 1 year of YouTubing. Yo, a bientôt. Exactly. Thanks everyone. Thanks for being here. Trade safe. Have a plan. Have a strategy. And I'm going to catch you at the next live stream. But tonight is going to be a normal Bitcoin update. So let's see if it gives us anything new.